3, oh, okay, so once I see my doctor, I go to see my optometrist that same day. Remember, I try to do everything at one time when I'm in town. So I go to see my optometrist, and they do the MRI on my eye again. And then I sit in the office and I wait for the doctor to come in. Now remember, he's not the one that checks your eyes for glasses. He's the specialist that may need to work on your eye. So he walks in, and I walk in, they tell me to sit there, and I sit there, and the same thing set up. But there's a picture here, and then there's a picture here. So, lit up screen of the MRIs. So he walks in, and he said, and I'll never forget this. He walks in, and he said, Mr. Taylor, he said, you see that picture right there on your left? And I said, yeah. He said, that was you 2 weeks ago. He said, you see that little bump, the same thing? I said, yeah, that was there last time. He said, look at this picture here. And I said, yeah. He said, what did you see? Did you see that bump there? I said, no. He said, what did you do? I said, what do you mean? He said, it's gone. It's not there anymore. And I told him, I said, I started a new diet. I stopped eating sugar. I started eating carbs. He said, well, whatever you did, keep going because it worked. And that right there motivated me so much. It was just inflammation, extra sugar that caused inflammation in my body. And it was my body's way of trying to get rid of the inflammation throughout my body, through fat, through everything. It was amazing when he said that. He says, you're going to have that spot in your retina because that's damage, irreversible damage to your retina. Luckily we caught it when we did, and it's very minor, but it's gone. The bump is gone. Because it was like, when you look at the MRI, it was like this, and then it would come up like this, and then like this. But then when you look at the new MRI, it was like this.
Wow.
Completely. So that helped me to motivate me. And the doctor. So I go back and I see the doctor. Now I'm doing intermittent fasting. I'm doing 18-6, 16-8, and 24, and 36. I also do fasting to get closer to God. So I do my spiritual fasting too. So I do that once a month, or when I feel I need to, or when I hear him say it's time, or something like that. But most of it is, in the beginning, I was doing 24-hour and 36-hour fasting like twice a week. And I realized that when you get, and this is in my research of YouTube videos and Dr. Jason Fung and Dr. Stan Ekberg, that when you get to a certain point after maybe 12, 14 hours, when you're hungry, your body releases, it starts burning the fat. And in the fasting, it actually cleans you inside out. So all the junk that you got going on through your body's looking for resources to feed off of to get energy. And the fungus and the junk, the dead blood cells and the dead cells and all the stuff, your body is drawing that in for energy and revamping it, changing it into energy, cleaning your body up. And that's what was going on with me with my eye, was taking all the junk throughout my body and cleaning it up. And once you get into that ketosis, that intermittent fasting, when that kicks in and the ketones take over, ketones are energy released from your liver. So when you wake up in the morning and after you sleep, your liver is the alarm clock for your body. You have your man alarm clock, but if you don't have an alarm clock at all, your body's going to wake you up at some point in time. That's the liver releasing ketones, and the ketones go to your brains and wake your brain up. And that's when you wake up in the morning. Good morning. You wake up. When you have a fatty liver, the liver turns the fat into ketones. The brain has two energy sources that it feeds off of. One is sugar, the bad stuff, to feed the brain off of, which causes dementia, Alzheimer's, brain tumors, cancer, all kinds of stuff that the sugar does. Ketones are released from the liver. That's what your brain feeds off, the two energies. The good way is supposed to. The good stuff is supposed to eat. The good stuff is supposed to give it the energy. When you're fasting and your liver is releasing these ketones, your focus jumps up 75%. Your energy levels jump up 75 to 100%. It's like it's like you just drank, maybe, I've never drank energy drinks before, but I'm assuming it boosts your energy. That's what it feels like when ketones are released in your body. I've experienced this. I've gone 3 days without eating. and had more energy in my life when I didn't eat at that moment. It was amazing. I would do my exercise. I would do 200, 300 push-ups. That's what I do now to work out, is I do my push-ups. And when I don't eat, I have so much energy. I do my leg lunges. I have a stretch bands that I use to work out with. I'll go over what I use for exercise and how I use the exercise equipment in my truck. And it's just amazing what this does for your body. It's amazing. And I challenge anyone just to try it for a week. Do a fasting. Allow the ketones to be released from your liver, and allow your mind to change its energy source from sugar to ketones, and it will be amazing the difference. Your sleeping is better, your energy level is better, your thinking is better. And us as truck drivers, we always have to be attentive and alert and focused on what's going on around us. Your alert and your focus around you, it quadruples. It's just amazing.
And did you experience this like the first, like you experienced this right away, or it took some time?
I started experiencing it right away. I used to wake up with this fog in the morning. Sometimes I would wake up and I had good energy for like 1 hour, and then I would just get into the slump where I was so sleepy. I'm like, man, I just woke up. I just had 8 hours, 6 hours, 5 hours sleep, and I just woke up, and I'm so tired now after an hour. That's all that sugar in your body just wearing you down. It's just amazing what it's done. So yeah, it took a first week, and by the second week, once I got a routine down, and I knew on this day I was going to do 24 and this, but my first goal was to lose the weight. So I started fasting to lose the weight. Once I got to a point to where I was at a comfortable weight, then I started going from a 24-hour or 18-6-hour maybe twice a week, 36-hour 36 to 48-hour once a month, and a 48-hour to 72-hour spiritual. So, but I had to get my body in tune, because your body actually goes through withdrawals when you remove the sugar. You actually get kind of flu-like symptoms, and that's mostly what discourages people. It's like your body is craving the sugar. And it's an addiction, and so you have to get through that point. But I think my motivation in wanting to live a healthier life and scaring me, thinking I'm going to be a diabetic, really motivated me, and it got me past the worry of the flu-like symptoms and all of this stuff. But it's just amazing how that changed. And once I realized what this changed, I could feel what this change was doing. The doctors, the optometrists, and everything what it's doing. I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. There's no changing. Now, get it? I have my cheat days. I will order a pizza, but I don't go crazy. I will get a large thin crust pizza with some toppings and everything, and I will eat that. But I also bought
You eat a whole large pizza by yourself?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
You remind me of someone I know.
But I used to do that before with a thick crust and stuff like that, thick with all the toppings on and stuff like that. So I thin crust, and I eat this, and minimum, lots of meat, but minimum processed sauces and all that other stuff. And that's another thing we can get into. So I have my cheat day maybe once a month. And if I did a really good workout through the week, so I don't abuse that. And then I have a glucose meter. And I suggest, even if you're not a diabetic, even if you don't have health system related to sugar, buy a glucose meter and just check it. It doesn't hurt just to check it once a week or once whatever, just to keep a monitor on what you do. And if you check it an hour and a half after you eat. That's when you get your highest blood sugar levels that go up at a peak, and then it goes down once the blood sugar gets dispersed throughout the body. And sugar, you need sugar in your body. It actually gets absorbed into the blood cell, and the blood cells go into the muscle, and that's what gives you energy, gives you to move and everything. In my case, what diabetes is your blood cells are so packed with sugar, it can't take any more. So your pancreas releases the insulin. The insulin takes the sugar and puts it into the blood cell. But there's no room in the blood cell for the sugar or the insulin. So it just floats around in your bloodstream and gets built by cortisol and placed throughout the body as fat. Big stomach, big legs, big chins, all this stuff is related to insulin, cortisol, and the body not being able to utilize the sugar correctly in the body. And in my system, that's what it is. When you test your blood sugar levels and your blood sugar level is high in your bloodstream, that's why. A normal, healthy person, the sugar goes into the blood cells, and it's always a low, normal blood sugar. So I would suggest anybody, even if you feel great, you're not overweight, just check it, especially if you get older. When you get older, it's good just to have a glucose meter and just every once in a while just monitor, see where, and a blood pressure cuff.
And is that where you have to like prick your finger? Okay.
Yep. You prick your finger, and it's kind of painful, but you get used to it. It's okay. A lot of people use the pins and they put the pins on. I don't. I just take the thing off, take the top off, and just poke my finger like that, and then just do the blood glucose meter. I have 2 blood glucose meters.
Okay.
And because they're not always accurate, so I take the numbers from both and I average them out and get a number. So now my numbers. Oh, and there's the dawn effect, and the dawn effect is when your liver releases the sugar or the ketones in your body to wake your brain up. That's the highest blood sugar level you will have throughout the day. So it's best to check your blood sugar levels when you first wake up.
Okay.
Before you eat, before you drink anything. As soon as you wake up, check your blood sugar levels and see where they're at. And then throughout the day after you eat. So now I check my blood sugar levels when I wake up, and I check my blood sugar level after I eat, whatever meal I eat. My meals now consist, before I would have toast potatoes for breakfast. I would have an omelet, toast potatoes, jelly, orange juice. That would be my breakfast. Now, in place, I found out the eggs and meats and non-processed meats. Now what I eat, if it comes in a box or it's processed, I don't eat it. Because, take flour for instance. Flour has been so refined and so processed that all the good stuff, the natural stuff that our forefathers and foremothers ate. Let's go back a little bit. If you think about the people that grew their food on the farm, raised their, grew farm, had their cows and chickens and everything ate, there was no processed food. In the summer times, they would work 12, 15, 16, 17 hours a day. They were always moving. They ate once a day. You look at us now, food is so accessible, and so we're eating 3, 4, 5 times a day. That's what did it to us. That's having the what do you call that?
Convenience.
Convenience, or accessibility to all of this unhealthy food. Flour, they've changed flour so it has a longer shelf life. Flour can live on a shelf years before anything happens to it. Sunflower. It depends on how it's been processed. But that's how they sell it, because they realize that if it's not processed and sits on the shelf, it goes bad, and before they sell it, they lose money. So we got to think of a way that we can, profit from this. This is not working, so they started doing it. Processed rice. Rice is not actually white. Rice is beige or brown. They process it, it changes to white, it gives it a longer shelf life. Most of the stuff. My fiance is in the Philippines. They have milk that's unrefrigerated that sits on the shelf for long. It doesn't spoil. And I've talked to my fiance about it. This stuff is not good. There's so much stuff in here keeping this alive that you're putting into this. So now my breakfast is an omelet, mostly cheese and egg omelet, bacon, and broccoli for potatoes, or mixed vegetables for potatoes. I don't eat bread and I don't eat potatoes. I don't eat pancakes or waffles or syrup, any of that stuff.
What about sweet potatoes?
No, I don't eat any potatoes at all. No. Potatoes, rice, noodles, once your body's done processing it, turns to carbs, turns to sugar in your body. So no, I don't eat any of that stuff. Again, my body, I broke the system by eating all the bad stuff, so that's why I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not saying don't eat this. I'm saying control it. Don't abuse eating all of this stuff, because it can eventually turn bad in your body. So breakfast. So for dinner, some type, maybe chicken breast, grilled chicken breast. I don't eat any fried foods because the oil that's cooked in, that the food is cooked in, the processing for that is just poisonous. Once your body gets done processing it, that grease and that oil, lard is better for you. Natural lard that we used to grow up on as older. My mother used to keep a can of Crisco lard around. Was healthier for you, better for your body than this stuff is now that you're cooking it in. Corn oil. Think about this, corn oil. Take a corn kernel and squeeze it. And do you get oil from that or do you get water from that? Well, just try it one day. If you get a chance to just take a little test and take a corn kernel and just squeeze it and see what you get. You get water. So how do you get oil from corn oil? You have to think about that. What makes corn oil? How is it corn oil? It's processing. And by the time they're finished processing it, it's actually, by the time your body is done processing it, it's poisonous in your body. Artificial sweeteners turn to embalming fluid once your body's done processing it. Do the research on anything that I'm telling you. Just do anything that I say. Just do the research. I am not a doctor. I am not a philosopher. I'm not any of this. This is just stuff that I've come across in my 2 years of this journey.
Yeah.
And I stay away from that stuff now. Artificial sweeteners in sweet tea, or, you know, they say it's no sugar added.
So all that diet tea and stuff was just as bad, huh?
Yeah, it is not good. Not good. Just do the research on it. It is not good at all. If you want a good natural artificial sugar, use stevia. It's made plant-based, made from plants.
Okay.
It's not processed. It's not this artificial stuff that they're using. Diet Coke is not Diet Coke. It's once you put anything sweet that's on your tongue, your body reacts to that and the insulin is released. The goal is to keep as much insulin, keep from being released into your body as much as possible. So the less carbs, the less sugar you put in your body, the less insulin that's released. So let's say my meals now, protein does raise insulin, but it doesn't raise the insulin like a pack of donuts does. So if I eat a chicken breast, it may raise my insulin 1 or 2 points. It does raise, but my body can handle that. I'm not putting all that sugar, carbs, and everything. You're going to get carbs from broccoli. That's my go-to vegetable, broccoli and mixed vegetables. Carrots and peas and stuff like that have carbs in them. But I mostly stick with green vegetables, lettuce. I eat cheese, a lot of cheese, very low carb. Eggs are low carb to 0 carbs. So it took me a minute to get used to this new diet because obviously, you know, cakes are good. Donuts are good, you know. Vegetables not so good, but there's a purpose behind that.
Yeah.
And there's a motivation behind that. So that's what I do, and I've actually gotten used to them. I'm like, you know, you can make some meals that's healthy for you, that's delicious.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, you just have to experiment. And us as truck drivers, it's going to be a little bit more expensive for us to eat healthier out there and it takes more time. So it helps me in my fasting. I'm not stopping all the time to get something to eat. I stop once. That keeps my wheels moving. That keeps my doors shut, and it keeps me healthier.
Yeah.
And I save a lot of time, and I actually make more money because I'm still driving. You go into a truck stop, you think all I want to do is just get something to eat and go back on the road. Well, if there's no parking, you got the fuel line. So either you're waiting for someone to pull ahead of you so that you can get that spot so you can go, or you leave your truck there to go walk in and then pay for it, but you're still waiting there. That's all time. So if you cut down your meals, you cut down your wasted time. And you actually find a better profit. We have refrigerators in our truck. So I go into Walmart and I will buy packs of spinach or garden vegetables like the mixed spring lettuce and stuff like that. And I put that in there. I buy sardine cans, tuna fish. That oil that's in there is actually very healthy for you. That's in the tuna fish. I eat those. And it's actually really good to have. So if you break down something like that, you got cans. I buy these boxes of these little sardine cans, and they're packed in olive oil. olive oil is very healthy for your body too. I mean, I buy 2 boxes. I'm talking about I buy the whole thing. You know, Walmart will have people will buy 1 or 2 single. I get the whole thing and I put it in my cart. It's not, I know it's not right, but I may leave a couple up there, but they're always there. So I know not a lot of people know about them. So I keep that in my refrigerator. I keep cheese in my refrigerator. I keep leafy vegetables in my refrigerator. And that's pretty much all that I keep in there. I go to Subway, I get salads there. I get no dressing on my salads. I keep MCT oil and coconut oil, and I use that for my salads. Oil fills you up faster and it's healthier for you. So I do that. I don't put dressing on my salads anymore. People say, how can you eat a salad without dressing? I said, well, I'm going to live longer, so it's not a problem for me, you know. So, I mean, I don't say that, but I mean, that, in my mind, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And actually, you just get used to it.
Mm-hmm.
The meat that's in there, I don't eat the ham, and I don't eat anything that's processed in that restaurant I'm eating. I'm not going to say the name, but I do have the rotisserie chicken. That's not processed. Sometimes I have the steak. They do process it with seasoning, but they don't do a lot to artificially add stuff to it. It might have a few steroids. But anyway, and then I eat the egg. So sometimes they have the egg sandwiches for breakfast in the morning. Well, I put those on my salad. So I add them to add an egg to that or something like that. Now, that's my salad. I don't eat any snacks, no bedtime snacks, no cookies, no donuts anymore, no nothing. I just eat strictly that. And my doctor, getting back to him, 3 months after I asked him, give me 3 months to bring the sugar level down and get my body down, get my body back to normal. And if it's not right, I will take the medicine. If I'm doing good, then I know that I'm on the right track. I will go back in. It went from 7.5 to the next time I went in, it went to 5.6. And he says, he was amazed. He was like, wow, you're doing really good. But doubtful. He was still doubtful that I'm going to go back to the old diet because people have done that. They say, I'm motivated and I'm going to change my diet and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. But they end up going back into it. And then they use the medicine as an excuse. Oh, I can eat this because it's medicine. Do something. No. That's a Band-Aid to the problem. You want to stop the problem. Why would you take medicine? I talked to one of our drivers out on the road. I'm not going to mention his name, but we talk on the phone sometimes because I told him, I said, you know, let's hold each other accountable. You know, if you need to talk or just send me a message or, you know, you're going through a hard time or whatever, you know, let's motivate each other. But anyway, so I talked to him and I asked him, I said, I knew he had a fatty liver and his waist size was bigger. And I asked him, you know, we were talking about dieting and everything. I told him, I was like, you diabetic? He said, yeah. I said, are you taking any medication? He said, yeah, I take metformin. I said, do you know what metformin does for you? He says, no. I said, you taking something that you don't know what it does for you? I take blood pressure medication. I do. And I know what each pill does for my body. One expands my blood vessels. Another one slows my heart down a little bit to control my blood pressure. I said, what metformin does, it helps you to release the excess sugar that's in your body, but it's not a cure. You do realize that's not a cure. He says, no, I thought I was okay. I said, so are you eating the same as you did before you took the medication, or did you change your diet? He said, no, I'm eating the same. I said, so you're actually in the same situation. You're just slowing down the health consequences of excess sugar in your body. I said, so I wrote down the doctor's name, Dr. Jason Fawn and Dr. Stan Ekberg, and I asked him, I said, just look at the videos, just watch the videos. Give me a call, let me know how you're doing with it, and if you found anything interesting in it. But I talked to him about it. And actually, he is the one that told me, you need to talk about this. I've talked to maybe 3 or 4 of our drivers, and each one of them, after I've talked to them about this, I said, man, you need to do some YouTube channels, or you need to do something to get this word out, because you there's a passion in you about this. There's something that you know so much about this. Well, yeah, I do, because I'm just involved myself in the research for it. Yeah. I don't want to do anything that somebody said, yeah, do that, and then you do it without knowing what it would do for you. And I've had, since over 2 years now, I've been doing this. And I'm still learning different things and more things over and over again.
Yeah.
Did you know sugar helps cancer to thrive in the body? Cancer feeds off of sugar. It's been known in research, again, I'm not a doctor, but just what I've seen in there, that some doctors have suggested fasting during chemotherapy to help the chemicals that kill the cancer or help control the cancer in your body, to help it to manifest even more and to slow the growth of the cancer down. And now the FDA and all the WHO and everybody is waking up to realizing that, you slow the sugar, you slow the cancer. I'm not saying it's a cure-all, but a lot of that stems from brain tumors and Alzheimer's and dementia, all from excess sugar in the brain. Cancer. My cousin had stomach cancer, and he was huge. And I told him, I said, if you slow down your carbs and slow down your sugar, you might be able to slow down this cancer. I said, it doesn't hurt to try it. And he did. And it slowed it down, and he's in remission now because of it. So that's why I mention this right now, is because it worked for my cousin. And it can work. If you know somebody that's dealing with cancer, do the research, talk to the doctor, have that person talk to the doctor and see what they find, and also get the research. But I'm pretty sure that if you have cancer that's going throughout the body, if you slow the sugar down, you slow cancer, because that's the number one thing it feeds. It gains momentum and energy from the sugar that's in your body.
Wow.
It's amazing what sugar does. My swelling in my legs gone, my pain in my shoulders no more. I used to take ibuprofen every day for the pain in my shoulder and the pain in my knee. I take it no more. No more. It's just amazing. My blood pressure is going back down to normal. As a matter of fact, I had to have a post surgery because I just had my half of my thyroid removed because of that nodule, and so I had to have a post surgery physical done. My blood pressure was it was 70. No, what was it? It was 80 over 60 something. I can't remember exactly what the number was, but they were like, so are you still taking the 4 medication? I said, yeah. He said, you need to call your doctor. You don't need this medication anymore, because I had the physical and I had the post-physical, and it was all almost the same numbers. And so my doctor told me, okay, stop taking this medication. Let's see what happens, everything. But it was amazing that the longer I'm on this diet, the longer I do my exercises and everything like that, that a lot of things is reversing back to normal. That was abnormal. A lot of things in my body, the spot is gone. I don't see that there anymore. Viruses thrive off of sugar. If you have a cold or a flu, stop the sugar, and it will go away a lot sooner than it was if you kept eating the same thing. If people do the research, if our drivers do the research and listen to the YouTube videos while you're driving, not touching your phone, but just let it on a playlist and just let it play and just let it go down the road while you're driving, it will be so much insightful information given to you that you were not aware of, that you are going to have this big light bulb over your head like, oh my God, if I would have known this when I was 20 or 30 or maybe even 40, that I wouldn't be in the situation I'm in right now. But it's not too late. It's never too late. Right now, my goal is to extend my life as long as I possibly can, and to live a healthier life, more energetic life. I don't want to be 70, 80 years old, slow and not being able to get up or walk upstairs or do things for myself. I want to be able to do things for myself, go grocery shopping and be able to live. I want to live, if I'm 80 years old, I want to live like I'm 50. I want to feel like I'm 50. Right now, I'm 56, I'll be 57 years old, but I feel like I'm 30. And every time I tell somebody my age, they say, you're 57? You're going to be 57? I have to show them my license. So So this has really worked. I mean, there's so much more. I had these notes that I kind of got off of all of this
Well,
stuff. So.
yeah, no, this was absolutely incredible,
Yeah.
and it's honestly very convicting.
Yeah.
I've heard different things about, the consequences of sugar, and just I don't think it's just for truck drivers too.
No,
This
it's not just-
conversation. I mean, we sit at our desks for how long? We have the opportunity to walk or make our desks stand up, but I think it's just really beneficial information, whether it's like an individual listening or someone in their family, or so yeah. I don't know. We might continue to hear from you again. But you said that if anyone wants to reach out to talk to you, they're more than welcome. Is that correct?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. More than welcome to reach out to me.
Yeah.
I can actually give my email and phone number now if you want, or
We'll add it to the
okay,
video.
okay,
Yeah.
that'll work.
Yeah.
Real quick, let me give some ideas as far as exercising
Sure.
in your truck. I do push-ups in my truck using my armrest in my truck. So I will lower the chairs, I let all the airs out, and then I put my feet on the bed, and then I do my push-ups that way. I go outside, I do push-ups. I buy these handles to keep me off of the ground, and then keep my feet on the ground, and then sometimes I put my feet on the last step of the truck and do my push-ups that way. I do triceps using the inside of my truck, where I will put my feet and have my face facing the back of the truck and have my arms, and then just do some tricep dips. I use rubber bands and I put those over my mirrors, and I would do tricep extensions, pull downs, like they call tricep pull downs. I will do leg lunges, where I have 100 pounds of weights in my truck, and I have my tandem slid to where I'm not too heavy on my steers, so if I'm carrying a heavy load, it doesn't affect my steers or my weight on my steers. So I have a crate, and I have these weights, and I have two dumbbells in there that I use, and I use those for biceps and shoulders and things. So you can do the research, and you can invent ways. I had the knowledge because I used to work out a lot throughout my life, so I know what to do and how to do it. If you don't have the knowledge, or reach out to me, or just do the research what truck drivers do, because there's videos out there of truck drivers that do their exercise. As a matter of fact, we put out videos here of a truck driver or someone demonstrating exercising out. Those are good techniques. So there's always something you can do. If it ain't nothing, just walking, because I do walks around the parking lot a lot of time. I jog and run around the parking lot sometimes. Right now, when it's heat wave and it's kind of hard, and we try to stay clean as long as we can, so sweating and everything like that, we try to minimize. But we can do dips, you can do jumping jacks, you can do whatever. Just keep your body in motion.
Yeah.
And it's amazing that 15, 20 minutes a day, what it can do for the body. You don't have to work out. I do 2 hours a day, 4 days a week, but you don't have to do that much. Just to do something, get out, just walk, just energize, just move your body, just get your body moving. And you will, and with your fasting and with your diet change and everything, you will be amazed at energy and how difference it will make you feel. The difference it will have in your body and what it does to impact your body.
Yeah.
We all want to live longer. We all want to live healthier. Where our truck drivers will live out there on the road, it's already stressful.
Yeah.
It's already this. Learning techniques. I also do meditations in the morning, to where I just shut everything off and it's quiet. And there's moments where I speak to God, and then there's moments I just don't say anything. I just breathe. It's amazing. You just take that time, because we're always looking around. We're always busy. We're always doing this. Take a moment to bring your stress levels down.
Yeah.
Keep your body out of that stress, that fight or flight mode, and just relax. Just breathe. Your blood pressure goes down. Your sugar goes down. Your calmness goes down. And spend time with God. It's okay to spend 5, 10, 15, however long you need to. But make time for Him.
Yeah.
Just relax and just enjoy. That's another thing, is just enjoying life. You're going to extend your life. Now you need to enjoy your life. Do things to enjoy it. What makes you happy, the things that you like to do. Is this crossword puzzles or, whatever. Just enjoy it. Enjoy your life. Yeah.
Wow. There's just a lot of wisdom and knowledge in that.
I got a lot more, but we don't have all day. I had notes,
do.
like I said, but I'm just glad we kind of got off on what we did talk about. So we covered most of what the notes I had to bring in anyway. So, but again, I want to say the names of the YouTube videos that I've watched. That's Dr. Jason Fung, knowledgeable guy. he goes around the world and around the country talking about this thing here.
Mm-hmm.
And he's Dr. Sten Ekberg, another amazing man, very knowledgeable. It takes a certain type of understanding because he gets kind of deep
Yeah.
to molecules and stuff like that. But if you just take the moment, there's times where I've listened to this video and then I've had to replay it and listen to it 3 or 4 times over and over again to really understand it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's okay if you don't have that knowledge to get it the first time. It's okay.
Yeah.
Listen to it over and over again. Get it in your spirit. Get it in your heart. Get it in your mind. And then the other YouTube video is Beat Diabetes. And this is mostly testimonies of people that have reversed their diabetes through health. Just basic real life, real testimonies.
Okay.
And what's amazing about this is the same person that I seen 2 years ago, they'll do another video on that channel and they're still doing that walk. They're still doing what they need to do. You know, I taught this one truck driver. He said, yeah, you know, I tried that diet, but I didn't like the way I looked. I looked too skinny. My face looked sunken. I said, well, it's your health or your look. What's more important to you? And then I don't debate with anybody. I don't argue with anybody. Either you're going to get it or you don't get it. But, you know, why would you, because you don't look right, you're going to go back to eating bad you know, my fiance's mother, like I said, they live in the Philippines, and I was talking to her. We talked video chat a lot, and when I started this diet, I hadn't seen her maybe like 3 weeks, right? So she comes in the video, hey son, are you sick? Something wrong? Because I had lost so much weight. You know, I had lost off my face and everything. No. And then my fiance had explained to her, I said, no, Ma, he's just doing diets, he's doing this. But they were speaking in Tagalog. So it was like, no, he's doing this. He did, oh my God, I'm worried about when you're coming back, I need to take care of you. I'm like, no, everything is fine, everything. But I had lost so much weight, it scared her. She said, oh my God, is he sick? What's going on? No, I'm just on diet. You know, it's just amazing. And people who have not seen me in a long time, you know, they always say, man, you lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
I mean, my stomach was out to here. You look at my picture when I first hired with Nussbaum, and you look at the difference between that and that. I think, who was that did that here? They see my picture, and they hadn't seen me in a terminal a long time. And they did a double take, look at me, and they looked at my picture and looked back at me. He said, what are you on a diet? You losing? Yeah. How you like it? He said, yeah, you look good. But my cheeks was all like, so that's amazing. But yeah, I appreciate you allowing me to share this.
Yeah, this is absolutely wonderful. And I mean, one, it was also just nice to hear about, you know, the fun story of the cemetery and the lawn mowing. But I just really appreciate hearing about your discipline and your desire. And also, I mean, I'm sure there's different times in our lives where it could be a medical professional, it could be a worker somewhere. I mean, where maybe we didn't hear what we wanted to hear, and we could either take it one way and be angry or bitter, or we could end up choosing to do something about it.
Right.
And so,
Exactly.
thank you for gaining that wisdom and sharing that with us. And excited for anyone that wants to learn more to reach out to you.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, our bodies are a gift, you know, and it's what you do with the gift. You have to. So that's the way I see it also, too, is that, you know, this is temporary. We're here temporary, so take care of what you have right now, you know, and be good stewards of what God has blessed you with, you know. And then you just, it's a 2-for-1. You're living healthy, and you're taking care of your body, you're looking healthy, and you're doing things. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Will.
Thank you, Sage, so much for your time today. I appreciate it.
You've been listening to Terminal Exchange, the official podcast show of Nussbaum Transportation. Nussbaum is an industry leader in over-the-road freight transportation. For more information on Nussbaum's award-winning truckload services and top-paying driving careers, go to nussbaum.com or nussbaumjobs.com. Thanks for listening to this episode of Terminal Exchange. New episodes arrive every Tuesday, so be sure to subscribe to our show wherever you listen to podcasts and share a little love by writing us a review. Then, go deeper into each exchange or listen to previous episodes at our podcast page, terminalexchange.org.